approached the Altona Meadows Community Centre and said, look, can we take over the Saturday morning?
Yep.
Unbeknown to me. I said, okay, fine, good on you, good luck. I said, no, you're taking Altona Meadows. I said,
Wow.
what do you mean? I'm playing football. Then the passion, I guess, started to grow into teaching. It was just one day a week at the Altona Meadows Community Centre on Saturdays. Don't have to get to see because everyone has got what it takes. At what level we get to will be up to you. But
today we're here with one of the 4 founders of Shindo Karate. Vince, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for having us here today.
Thanks for having me out.
We want to mainly kind of come out here and highlight, you're one of the 4 founders, but the business that, you've just created. And if you want to explain to everyone kind of what you do and how it's all come about.
Well, yeah, thank you. Long story, and it started back when I was about 19 years old, many, many years ago. My instructor, Sensei Ray, he taught at Altona North. I used to help him a lot.
Yeah.
So clearly he must have seen some talent, not that I saw it at the time, but to teach.
Yep.
So he opened, he approached the Altona Meadows Community Centre and said, look, can we take over the Saturday morning?
Yep.
Unbeknown to me. Ray did this all on his own back and said to me, well, Vince, we're going to open up Altona Meadows. He goes, okay, fine, good on you, good luck. I said, no, you're taking Altona Meadows. I said, what do you mean? I'm playing football. So I was playing football on Saturday afternoon. I said, I've committed to football.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to give that up. He goes, that's okay, it's Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I said, okay, let's do Saturday morning. I said, Ray, if I don't like it, I'm going to give the keys back.
Yeah.
Clearly, I haven't given the keys back.
Yeah.
Still here.
How long have you been doing it for?
I've been teaching for about 37 years.
Wow.
Been doing martial arts, or been doing karate for 47. So it took me about 10 years to get my black belt. And then the next couple of years, just training, ventured back into football. And so then the passion, I guess, started to grow into teaching. It was just one day a week at the Altona Meadows Community Centre on Saturdays. Then it branched out to Wednesday evenings and then Monday nights. So
amazing.
Yeah, it's good. I'm happy with the involvement and how it's all progressed.
Amazing. So the most thing that I know about is Mr. Miyagi and No Mercy, and from the Karate Kid. But it'd be good to actually find out the essence of what you do, the type of age range, and the type of people that come through, and then how the actual play out. Besides, I'm sure you don't do wax on, wax off. So
no, we don't do wax on, wax off. But in saying that, the motions of wax on and wax off are still there. So yes, it's all TV based, but a lot of the things that you may have seen, I would probably say 50% correct and true and accurate, but the other 50% was all stuff for TV. But the motions of the movements of the wax on is really just the learning of the blocks, learning of the sequence of how to defend yourself, and it's through repetition, and that's why he was, they were waxing off, waxing on for that long, all those cars and the deck and all that stuff. But we're doing similar things. We're doing the motions, 100 times over and over and again, basically just to create muscle memory. And our aim is, and occasionally I say think, not to think. We don't want to be thinking about it. And the only way to do those things is through muscle memory. So we need to keep repeating that technique over and over and over again. And yes, it becomes a bit boredom at times with some students, but we try and mix it up. We're not doing 1,000 techniques in the one session. We might do 20 today, 20 next time, with the aim of improving those techniques. And the age range obviously then dictates how we do it and how often we do it, how hard we do it, and that will start from 4 years old. We've got 4-year-olds in the Little Ninja session, junior group that goes from 7 to 13, and then adults 14 plus. And the age range, even for the adults, goes all the way up to 65, 70.
Wow.
I had a student a couple of years back get his black belt at 71 years of age.
Really?
So, he was very, very good. Yes, he was limited in a couple of facets, but then, we that's, I guess, the beauty of our club the word Budo holds very, very truly, a Japanese word for spirit. So yes, we do expect and do have technical aspects that need to be met, and the criteria need to be met all the time. But we also understand that the spirit of the person is sometimes more important.
Yeah.
So we, the 71-year-old is clearly not going to be attacking and moving as fast as a 25-year-old. Nowhere near. We don't expect that.
Yeah.
But if we know that his spirit and his passion is there, and yes, it's going to have limitations, then that would usually be sufficient for us to promote students all the way through. So
Amazing. Now, obviously, there's a few different, I guess, forms that have belts. Like there's taekwondo, there's karate. Is that how you say it? Karate? It felt right,
karate.
you know. Um, so, what kind of differentiates you? And then I guess also explaining how does someone get through to a black belt? Like what's involved?
Look, there's the criteria is quite cumbersome. We do have a syllabus that needs to be met by all students. The Little Ninja program, that's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
It's more of a formality as long as the kids attend the classes and try hard.
Yeah.
We're not too fussed if they can do it to the standards. The standards of a Little Ninja is more about getting them to class, participating, and then getting used to the big stage of a grading, where it becomes quite daunting, I get. But then as soon as they hit the 7-year-old for the junior mark, there's certain blocks, stances, kicks, patterns that need to be learned. We call them kata. They need to be learnt and be executed in a manner that we say is acceptable for that standard.
Yeah.
At the halfway mark, so we've got the white, the yellow, the green, the blue, purple, orange, brown 1, brown 2, and black. So there's 10 levels.
Wow.
And each level requires a certain criteria that needs to be met, and the particular standard that we say is acceptable. At the halfway point, they call it the purple, orange, then the sparring, the fighting aspect becomes very, very important.
Yeah.
The gradings can last, they'll range from 1.5 hours all the way up to a brown belt, which might be about 3.5 hours, which would include about 45 minutes of sparring, and then the black belt grading, which will go over the course of 2 days, and it'll probably be around about the 10 to 12 hour mark.
Yeah, amazing.
So quite lengthy. A high level of fitness is required. The program requires 12 months before they are allowed to go for their black belt. And when I say allowed, not all students are allowed just because the time frame has been met.
Yeah.
Criteria needs to be met as well. So we have a grading before the grading to allow the students to go for their grading.
Yeah.
We don't like to see students fail, so we want to make sure it's a positive experience. So if we feel that they're not going to be ready physically or emotionally, because it is an emotional test as well, we won't let them grade. Of course, people still fail because things go wrong in gradings, but the aim is for them not to.
Amazing. And I know, you've spoken to me about, where karate's come from and I guess the culture behind it. So if you want to kind of dive in, because I know how passionate you are about it. And it's amazing to hear.
The roots of karate can somewhat be challenged by different people. Whether the lineage comes from China and then gets it readopted. But our form of karate, being Shotokan, is the lineage comes all the way from Japan and Okinawa in particular. So there was Gichin Funakoshi that took karate to the next level from Okinawa, and he devised a style, moved up to the mainland Japan, tried to distribute it across schools and across mainland Japan through Tokyo, and from then our form of karate that we know was born. So it has evolved a lot since then, because even now in Okinawa, where it originally commenced, Shotokan isn't that strong because it had evolved separately.
Yeah.
Our lineage is extremely strong in mainland Japan, through Tokyo and beyond. So
fantastic.
yeah, but it's a lineage that's hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
Even though Gichin Funakoshi is probably only down the lineage of 50, 60, 70 years. I guess karate then became popular after World War II.
Yep.
All the Marines, in Asia that then learnt a fair bit of karate. That's then involved in there and extended from the 1970s, I guess, to where we are now.
Perfect. Amazing.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. Can you take us through, one lesson that karate taught you early on that's kind of really stuck with you?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that we take pride on, and we instill into all of our other students, and that's work ethic. We really have a big focus on work ethic.
Yep.
And coming back to the promoting of the students, that even though the adult may have absolute talent, if they are not pushing themselves to their limit, they will not grade.
Yeah.
So I guess the work ethic is, the requirement is to be at the highest point for each individual student. And I understand each student is going to have a different work ethic, which then has a different outcome. But our aim is to get the most out of each individual to become excellent karateka and excellent students, and life, because then, our selling point is not just to become great karateka, it's the work ethic then increases in other facets of their life, hopefully schoolwork and work. And that's one thing that we have really pride ourselves on having a really, really high work ethic, never giving up attitude. When things get tough, you know what, just keep going.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to hurt, and expect it to hurt, and it's probably going to hurt more, but just keep pushing through it. So hopefully building resilience, physical strength, and mental and emotional strength as well.
Amazing. Like something that is essential for life, I guess.
Absolutely. So it's not just our karate.
Now you've spoken about how impactful it is on your own life and how it can be on people's lives. Is there an example of someone whose life has really changed from implementing it?
There are many examples, and I see that where the kids, the students, they just turn into really nice human beings. But there's one student that really sticks to mind. I still recall his first session many years ago. So of course we do warm-ups, and one of those warm-ups was just a basic star jump. He couldn't do a star jump. He was so uncoordinated, could not do a star jump. Arms and legs were just everywhere. But of course he persisted.
Yeah.
He kept persisting and persisting and persisting till eventually he graded to his first grade and his next one and beyond. He got to his black belt. His black belt was super, super difficult. He was the only student at his black belt grading that particular night. We counted around about 700 push-ups that he did for that evening.
Wow.
And this is all through perseverance, because he was not a natural talent. Through perseverance, his skills began to excel. And yes, after his black, he blossomed into a beautiful human being. He joined the police force. He joined the armed forces.
Wow.
So for me, to see those things happen to other students, other people, is great to watch.
Amazing.
And great to be a part of.
Amazing. Can you give everyone a little bit of an insight? I don't know if this is supposed to be a secret. If it is a secret, cut it out. But what the black belt test looks like? Yeah.
Look, the black belt test, we begin with about an hour of basics, and those basics might mean the wax on, wax off, right?
Yeah.
But obviously not physical. We might be doing our techniques in different stances, and it might be, can I get up?
Yeah.
And it might be holding a particular stance, and jumping on the spot.
Yeah.
It might be punching, blocking, and even holding that.
Yeah.
For multiple techniques.
Yeah.
And of course, our aim is to do that very, very strong, very fast. And the aim of the instructors is to rattle the students. So we'll come up with combinations that can be quite complex.
Yeah.
And perhaps combinations that the students have never done before. Basically to test the student, because we know they can do it, but it's the case of, okay, have they made a mistake? How are they going to go beyond that? Are they going to just suck it up and carry on?
Yeah.
Or are they going to just crumble?
Yeah.
The aim is obviously for them to do the first part. And so there's an hour of basics. That includes a lot of kicking, a lot of balance work with the kicks. We then focus on self-defense activities where there might be one person grabbing, one person attacking, We incorporate knives, machetes.
Oh, wow.
Obviously not live; they're all plastic.
Yeah.
But in terms of techniques being changed over time, we used to have the long staff, but the machete has now become a lot more prominent. So we've incorporated that into our
Oh, okay.
syllabus.
Yeah.
We then focus on impact. So basically punching a pad numerous times. It might be a standard punch. It might be an elbow strike. It
Yeah.
might be then onto kicks. All the form of kicks. We'll do that repeatedly. Sorry, and basically try and get the most out of the students. We then go on to a written exam for the students, and that might incorporate different questions such as the terminology, Japanese translation into English, a little bit of history, a little bit about our club, who the founders are, how many clubs have we got, important events that have occurred this year or in the last 5 years. We then have scenarios where the students are, attacked, all safe environment, of course, with random things. And that attack might be from a drunk person.
Yeah.
So how are they going to react to a drunk person as opposed to someone that's standing there with a gun? So all those different scenarios, we are testing the students.
Yeah. Wow.
We then finish off with, that's on the one evening, to finish off with some endurance, and it's just testing the students on their fitness, and that probably goes for about 1 hour. The students then go home, have a sleep in, and reignite at around about 1 o'clock. We go over our patterns, and that might be for about an hour. If they make a mistake through any of the patterns, there's push-ups.
Yeah.
So there are lots of push-ups throughout the whole event. And it's not about, I guess, punishing. It is punishment. But on the same token, no one likes to be punished. So does the student, it's really about testing the student. Are they going to pick themselves up, or are they just going to slump their shoulders and then fall into a pit? Or are they going to try and grow from that experience? And so we have the patterns. We then, and up until that point, the grading is closed. So no parents, no friends.
Yeah.
It's just only the black belts. And from that point onwards, parents are allowed to come and watch. We do a showcase where we do a snippet of each of those exercises that I just explained. And then the sparring. The grading concludes with kumite, as we call it in Japanese, and that will go for around about an hour and a half. The first hour would be rotating amongst other students, and then the last component will be fighting fresh people, which gets extremely vigorous, extremely exhausting. The most beautiful part of the black belt grading is the ceremony, I believe. All the lights are out, candles down the middle. The student's instructor walks the new black belt down an aisle. There are a couple of pledges that we're asked of. The head instructor will present the new black belt with their black belt and allow the main instructor to tie up the last knot. And there's music going on in the background. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Now you're making me want to try and get my black belt. I don't know if I have what it takes, but the whole ceremony process, it all sounds amazing. I'm sure there's a big community behind it. Can you go into a little bit about, I guess, what community means to you and how you build it to what it is?
Yeah, look, our community is super important to us. It takes the kids off the streets for a start. It teaches them the work ethic and the ability just to be really, really good people. I have seen, I guess, the evolvement of friendships from really young ages. And I see that even with my own instructors, where the kids have had no other connection but karate. And then I see them exchanging phone numbers to go out together. They then all become mates and friends. They then go on holidays together. Some of them even get married. But I guess all of that just stems from us being good people and encouraging, people to be good people.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I think community is huge in any business, and I think it allows people to come and want to be there, especially when they're friends or people that like-minded individuals around. Like, as you go on in life, you start to look for like-minded individuals. So, this is a place that could be doing that. So, I guess if anyone's looking to start or want to become black belt or, all that, I guess how can they start? And then, this location is in Altona
Meadows.
Meadows.
Yep, that's right.
There's part of your other founders and stuff. There's a few other joints.
Yeah,
so
we've got a few other locations.
share.
Of the 4 founders, a lot of our students that become black belts have opened up their own dojos.
Amazing.
We're talking Hoppers Crossing, Point Cook, Williamstown. We've also got areas in Melton, Gisborne, in that area there, St Kilda. So there's numerous. The website, Shindo Karate, will give you all those locations. And they all have different timetables, different times that should suit if people are willing to. And there's usually incentives and generous offers for new students all the time. And we welcome new students all the time, whether they're 4 years old, 40 or 64. We welcome all. One thing that we are also proud of is the mix of the genders. We've probably about a 40% female, 60% male ratio, and I find that that's quite unique in martial arts. And I guess that we make everyone feel welcome and comfortable.
Amazing.
So yeah.
And is it pretty much a click on the button on the website, or do they talk to you? Or
Either or. My number's on the website. There is a click a button where you can just make an inquiry, and I'll respond as soon as I can.
Perfect.
And and the journey can start right there and then.
Amazing. Now, obviously, we've been speaking a lot about karate, but can you show me a few things and see, if I've got what it takes to start up?
I don't have to get to see, because everyone has got what it takes. At what level we get to will be up to you, but we'll get absolutely.
We'll go through a few things.
It'll be great too.
Amazing.
We've got a pad here ready to go.
Ready?
There's no sweat on it yet.
No.
But we're going to put some on there.
All right, beauty.
We'll start with the hands. We can start with the fist. So just clench the fist. I'm sure you know how to do a fist. That's it. Thumb sits on top. Okay. So just very light. Your aim is to strike the same spot every single time. Okay. Just make sure you don't go through the pad this way. hit the pad in here. So a couple of rules. I want you to really twist the shoulder forward and using the hip also. Our movement is to ensure that doesn't stay in that position. We want to twist it to then engage the bicep.
Right.
Engage the bicep, we're going to increase power.
Yeah.
We engage the shoulder, we're going to increase power.
Yeah.
We engage the hip, we're going to increase power. So as opposed to just
You're
that.
getting a bit closer.
No.
I nearly started waxing on and off.
Plenty of room. So that, as opposed to that, massive difference. Right. I want you to try it. So I want you to try with just the straightening of the arm. Yep, off you go. That's it. Okay, so now put a little bit more shoulder, a little bit more hip. Off you go. There we go. And you'll end up with a little bit more power. Okay, that's it. You can stop whenever you want. It looks like you're enjoying it too much.
That's good.
Yeah, you start moving. Look, that's our basic jab.
Yeah.
And not too dissimilar to, the boxing circles or any other martial arts. Very, very simple. Let's go to elbow. You want to do elbow strike?
All right, elbow strike.
And look, this is one strike that I teach, sometimes self-defense class where it's only limited. And believe it or not, even the little ninjas, because it's very difficult and complicated to teach them, long drawn out different kicks. And that might be a little bit difficult, but one thing we can teach the kids at a very early age is the elbow strike and the knee strike.
Yeah.
Okay, so similar concept. The more you twist your hips and shoulder, the more power you're going to get. Your aim is to have your hands upright. You can keep them open, shut, whatever you feel. Scientifically, it's been proven that the hands open is a better option. All right, you want to start thinking to have the tip of the elbow make contact with, let's say, the jaw, or even the throat, depending on what you're striking, but obviously we're going to use the pad in a minute. So as opposed to trying to make contact with the whole forearm, let's just aim for the tip of the elbow. That's the strongest part.
Yeah.
Too much tissue and muscle there. Okay.
Thank you, compliment. Too much muscle.
Okay, so
what is this arm? Just stay down?
yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's focus on this. Yep, so just twist your body around. That's it. Okay, that's it. And the back heel will raise a little bit to help, that's the way, help incorporate a little bit of the hip. Good. And this will naturally, that's why I didn't explain, because I didn't want you to think about it.
Came up.
Because, yeah, that'll naturally just do its opposite.
Right.
Yeah? And that's all we want. Do it opposite. You don't want to keep it down. You know, you might say, okay, I need to protect my head or body. Yes, I understand. But the moment you keep that there, your body's not working together. You still want that to happen. Okay? Still want that to happen. Show us the kick you got. What kick have you got? I don't know. You said.
Look at the height.
All right. Let's start basic.
Yeah.
Let's start with the groin kick.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and even for the ladies, it's, once again, we don't need to kick to the head. You have an effective kick to the groin, okay, is going to be enough to.
Yeah.
So, and let's say even the older students, right? And I say to them, we don't even worry about kicking the head. You'll be able to kick to the head in a minute. Because the moment you kick someone in the groin, what's going to naturally happen? You're probably going to be a little bit lower. Okay, now you can kick to the head. All right, so just knee up. That's it, straighten the leg. Point your toes down because we're going to kick with the instep. Yeah, that's it, and back. And then down. So avoid a footy kick, okay, because unless you've got a run up, then there's not going to be that much power. So we're going to increase the power with the quad. Okay, so pad's going to be ready for you. Lift the knee up and go. Good. So now
I was going to hit your groin. Jeez.
No. Put that leg back. Yeah, all the way down. So we're going to go back to a fighting stance. So both knees bent a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it. So you're just going to release.
Okay.
That's the way, and then put it back. Off you go. Good.
I'm scared I'm going to hit you.
You're not going to hit me. That's it. Good. Beautiful. Good. One more. Beautiful. And that's the groin kick.
That person's groin had no chance.
No chance at all. And then, of course, we can get more complicated and, you know, you'll be introducing side kicks, you know, to the knee, which obviously very, very effective as well. Yeah, let's go with the knee strike. Something very, very simple, but very effective because we know that not all confrontations are from this distance. If it is, well then great, because a lot of my skills are from this distance. But we also need to work on encounters in here because if you've got hold of me, for example, or even if you're just pushing me back, well, I don't have room so much to do my fancy high kicks.
Yes.
There's some alternatives, and that's just a simple groin kick in here, or it might be strike in here, or even to the head. So, no stress. All right, so hold onto the pad, 2 hands, so you can visualize grabbing my shoulders or even grabbing my head.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna pull that towards yourself, okay, and lift the knee up as you were doing before with that kick. That's it. That's good. That's nice. That's it. Keep going. In a black belt grading, we probably do about 50 of them off each leg.
Jeepers.
Yep, amongst other things. Beautiful. Good. And obviously, the more flexibility you get, you can go a little bit higher. A little bit higher. But once again, all you need to do is one to the groin. We'll buck them all over, and they can end up to the head.
That was great. That's fantastic. I started getting angry with the bag for a second because I had to, you know, get some rage inside so I can keep going.
That's the intensity. And the hard part is when you're tired, to keep maintaining that intensity, that's where we come in. Just try and inspire the students to keep pushing. We've only got 5 left, but realistically, maybe we've still got 25 left.
Yeah.
So all those things.
Amazing, Vince. Thank you for having us down and taking us through a few examples, but explaining what you do here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you. If you found this valuable, be sure to follow along for the remainder of our 30 in 30 series. And if you want to support this business, check out their details below.